One of the recent controversy in LA's response to the Palisades fire involves Steve Soboroff. LA Mayor Karen Bass appointed him to be her point person to oversee the response. Then it came out he was going to be paid $500,000 for 3 months of work by various nonprofits. After a big public outcry over that, Soboroff then agreed to work for free. That's one of the topics I talked about with the mayor during our exclusive sit-down today. What happened there?
You know what, first of all, I was very happy to ask Steve to come and participate. And let me just tell you, it took a lot of arm twisting to get him to come, which is why he agreed to come for 90 days. His contributions to our city, building in Playa Vista, in the Staples Center, and the fact that he was from the Palisades. So I was very happy when he did reconsider and decided that he would be willing to do this for free.
When you say it took a lot of arm twisting, he didn't really want to help?
Well, I mean, you know,
how that sounds?
Well, I mean, you know, he was involved in a lot of different projects.
Yeah.
I was asking him to walk away from everything and to come and to help his city. That was the arm twisting.
Got it. What has this experience taught you about leadership?
Well, it's taught me a lot about leadership in terms of the significance, how you present yourself, what people expect from you, and that's very important. And it's important for me to demonstrate to Angelenos that I can lead the recovery and the rebuilding, opening up the centers, doing things faster than was expected, making sure that the permitting process goes smoothly, passing executive orders so that we can expedite things, so that people can return home as fast as possible.
And what is as fast as possible? What's a realistic time frame for people to actually start rebuilding and actually get home?
Well, you know, I'm hoping that the rebuilding and the planning process can actually start now, but you know that's going to be individuals. People are in a variety of different circumstances. We have seniors who might have paid off their mortgage years ago and are living on, you know, fixed incomes. We have people that want to rebuild exactly as they built before. Other people who might want to make changes, which then the process would be a little longer for. So what I understand is 3 years would probably be the fastest, but probably it would be more like 5. So it really depends on the individual circumstances. And by the way, one of the things that I wanted to focus on that Soboroff will pay attention to is the non-residential part. So we thought that it would be helpful in the Palisades to rebuild that sense of community and to get the area where the playground, the rec center, the library, the Ralphs, the other commercial businesses up and running. So they're going through phase 1 and phase 2, and then after phase 2, when all of the debris has been removed, we want to put up temporary structures, because there are still a lot of people who will continue to live in the Palisades whose houses were not damaged. We want them to be able to have access to services, but we also want the community to be, you know, for people to come back while they're rebuilding. Yesterday, Alex, I met with high school students. High school students from the Palisades and high school students from Altadena. And I felt so bad for them because this is a group of young people who just a few years ago were out of school. And here they are again, and many of them were seniors. And here we are talking again about a graduation that might not take place. So thinking about their emotional well-being as well, and the emotional well-being of everybody who've been impacted.
Yeah, and when people hear 3 to 5 years, Governor Newsom was talking about the idea of a year.
I don't know about that, but I think that what we can do in a year, or maybe a little bit longer, are the temporary structures that we would put in the commercial area.
You know, there are critics of you that were supporters of you. There were critics of you that were opposed to you before this whole thing.
Yes.
That say that you didn't, they're frustrated by your performance in all this, and they don't have faith that you can lead the city right now.
Well, you know
what do you say to those? What do you say to those critics?
It is my responsibility to disprove that. It is my responsibility to prove that I can lead, and I am, the rebuilding and the recovery process.
LA Mayor Karen Bass right there, well aware that there's been plenty of criticism of her.
Including that change.org petition.
Right.
For her, demanding her resignation. That's up to just over 171,000 signatures, verified signatures.
She has no plans to resign. And I also asked her, are you running for re-election? And she said, yes, I'm running for re-election. I'm committed to this job. I'm enjoying this job. I'm focused on the mission. So no indication of anything but moving forward on that front.
And her reason for taking this long to do a sit-down with any local media, that she doesn't want the attention on her.
On her, and saying that there's all these other things happening, and you got the fires, and you got the mudslides, and you got all the rest of it. Let's not, but... You know, has that strategy worked? According to the polls, no.
Right.
So maybe you see a change in strategy right now.